Is Meghan Markle lying about her series to stop getting fired by Netflix? Does seem like it's all falling apart, doesn't it? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alternerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose, the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught my eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because is Megxie lying about her new series to stop getting fired by Netflix? It does look like it's all falling apart. Now, all props and credit goes to TRG, the royal grift, for sharing this article on Twitter from the New York Post. Do make sure you are subscribed to the Royal Grift here on YouTube. And yeah, this article really got my attention, okay? Because how can Megxie be confident that her upcoming show with Love Meghan is actually going to be a success? Like, how can she be this confident? I don't understand it. Because apart from the mockumentary, Harry and Meghan, right, everything else has flopped, okay? Has absolutely fallen faster than a freaking lead balloon, right? All of the other series, Born to Lead, Heart of Invictus, the more recent one, Polo, have failed to make the top 10 here in the UK and in the US on the Netflix chart. So how is Megxie all of a sudden confident their upcoming series is actually going to be a success? I know I wouldn't with that kind of track record. Now, a source is coming out telling OK Magazine, quote, she's so confident it's going to do well and she will get the accolade she deserves for it, which will finally shut some people up. She can't wait. Huh? The source then adds, she's always been confident in her own abilities, and while her confidence took a knock when she was in the royal family, she's riding high again, and she's so proud of this show. People tend to underestimate her, but Meghan knows what the audience wants, and she's given them that with this show. People always open up to her because she listens and cares. She knows the audience will warm to her if they give the show a chance. I'm sorry, why is this source lying about this series? In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. And who is this source? Could it be Megxie that's behind this source, trying to get this propaganda out there? I know a lot of you guys are thinking it. I know I'm thinking the same thing, right? In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. How can she think that this is going to be a success? How can she think that this is what people want, right? A series on her telling us how to cook and how to put on a show at our homes and dinner parties, this, that, and the other. How does she think that that's what the people want from her? What the deuce? Which then begs the question for me, in this instance, why is she, or let's say this source, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, lying about this upcoming series? Could it be to try and get this propaganda out there, to try and spin this whole situation? To try and make her look like she is popular and the public really, really do want this series to stop getting fired by Netflix? Because word on the street is that Netflix is finally waking the deuce up to the toxicity that Megxie brings to the table, and that everything she touches turns to rashes, and that Netflix are finally, allegedly, feeling a little bit, how do you put it, remorseful. They wish, let's say, that they didn't sign the gruesome twosome for reported over $100 million because the return has just not been worth it whatsoever, right? Now, here we've got Lady C to expand on this idea a little bit more. And she on Twitter says the following: the Hollywood bongo drums have been beating out an interesting message to me. Netflix is evidently furious with the Duchess of Sussex for further besmirching her reputation, in the process putting another nail in the coffin of Netflix's hopes of a positive return on their investment. With that ghoulish ambulance chasing 90 Mile, I'm officially the queen of royalty visit to Pasadena. According to my Hollywood royalty chum, Meghan has a positive knack for doing the worst thing, and Tina Brown is right. She has the worst judgment of anyone. She's such an obvious opportunist, a cack-handed fraud with neither heart nor charm. Netflix is ripping its hair out, wondering how they can divest themselves of the pestilence that the association with her has become. She seems intent on working her way into being the most despised human being on earth. Meghan should have taken a leaf out of 62-year-old brain surgeon Chester Griffiths' book, who saved his Malibu street by hosing down the area, or 65-year-old retired pilot John Carr, who saved his parents' 1960s Pasadena house by doing the same thing. We're also treated to the spectacle of Meghan's friend, California Governor Gavin Newsom, swiveling his shoulders the way she has swiveled her hips to achieve the level of success she has. And so, meanwhile, he and his wife can afford a photo op to Meghan, whose calls he was carefully to field when she was nobbling him to parachute her in to replace Dianne Feinstein. To me, who lived through the VAR wildfires of 1986 and helped my professional architect boyfriend save his family property at Moron-Sautou in the south of France, and if I've butchered that name, I apologise, by the simple expedient of hosing down the buildings. It's inexplicable, indeed criminal in the literal meaning of the word, that elected officials such as Governor Newsom and LA Mayor Karen Bass could have been so incompetent and ignorant that they could have so spectacularly failed to provide the citizenry with the simple solution of dousing their properties with water from garden hoses. Instead, essentially promoting Hazard and Megxie and being like, look, Hazard and Megxie are here now to save the world. But in of all of that, from what Lady C had said, right, is what she said pretty much right at the beginning, okay, that really caught my attention. Where she's essentially saying, look, Netflix, in terms of my sources, are saying they are really, really not happy with Megxie. And they want to do everything now to let them go, to fire her. To fire her and Hazard, because they've been more trouble than they're worth. They're definitely not worth the $100 million that they've paid for them, reportedly. They're not worth the toilet paper they wipe their backsides on. They want to get rid. Netflix now understands that their association with Megxie and Hazard is a bad thing on them, not a good thing. So you have this, and then you have this source turning around and saying, oh yeah, Megxie's so confident that this series is going to do well, that it's going to be successful, this, that, and the other. And she's giving the people what they want. And the audience will warm up to her. And she'll show everyone that she is worth it and that she can be a success for Netflix, blah, blah, blah. By saying this, through this source, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is Megxie lying about this series, lying about how successful she really believes this series is going to be, trying to put out this spin, this propaganda publicly to stop getting fired by Netflix. Because by Lady C and her own tweet about it, Lady C saying Netflix is not happy with Megxie at all. It's all falling apart. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that gold play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also as well, if you've got some very strong feelings, do you think that Megxie is lying about her series to stop getting fired by Netflix? Do you think that might be the case? If so, then why not send me a super thanks? It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.